Today, I'm in the wood yard. I've got a pile of wood and an empty truck. We're going to do some filling. Here we go. So today I have a delivery to do for someone that has already bought 2 face cords, not more than a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and he wants another face cord. And he said basically wood for the fire pit in the backyard. So I've got a mix of stuff here. This is there's some aspen in here, and there's some maple, and geez, what else is in here? I think some ash, maybe a little bit of cottonwood. So it's just a mix of stuff. And so I'm gonna put some of this in, and then I'm gonna go to that pile back over there where the ash is, and I'm gonna put a bunch of ash in, because there's not very much ash in here, and that's a little bit better wood than this stuff. But this stuff is some of the oldest wood I have. This is probably, it's got to be a year and a half, maybe. Yeah, it's probably actually 2 years old, this stuff right here. It's been here quite a while, but I've been gradually picking away at it, selling it, kind of mixing it in with the mixed hardwood stuff for people for fire pits, people that don't care if it's, you know, super high quality oak or hickory or things like that. People that just burn a fire pit and they don't care. They basically just want wood that's dry and will burn today, not in 6 months. They want it to burn today. And that's key. And we've talked about that lots of times, that I believe you should only deliver wood ready to burn unless your customer tells you, I'm stocking up, this is for, you know, next winter or something like that. If you get people that are going to be burning it months from now, you could even offer them a deal, and I don't. I just say it's the same price either way. But I have people that just want to get it right away, so they know that they're ready to go for winter, for people that are, you know, heating with wood, and they want to make sure they've got plenty to get through the burning season, and they don't want to run out. And right now, this year in particular, I believe there's going to be a lot of wood sellers that are going to run out of wood, because I think a lot of people are going to be burning more wood now, and you can't just, you know, produce it to be ready to be burned. But I think a lot of people are going to try to burn a little bit of firewood in a fireplace, or if they got a wood stove, they're going to burn more because they're trying to save on their heating costs because of the price of fuel going up so much. You know, and you're talking minimum 30 to 50% on most sources of heat, to as much as 100% or more. People are going to look for ways to save money, and some people will spend money to save money. They will, you know, they'll buy all kinds of stuff to produce firewood, but then they don't do enough work, or they don't realize how much work it is, or they can't produce it soon enough to have it ready to be, you know, fully seasoned and dry, ready to burn. So they're going to end up having to buy some wood. And I also have a lot of people that will buy firewood from me, and they run out of wood, you know, in the spring of the year, and they always need more because they didn't plan enough, or when the whole thing happened with the big China flu thing last couple of years, people were at home working, and they burned a lot more wood. So there's that. So a little bit more of this, and then we're going to go over to the ash and just put a whole bunch of ash in, because I don't want to give them too much of this stuff, because this stuff is definitely going to be faster burning because it's so dry, and it's just like, I was just looking here, there's a lot of aspen and soft maple in here, and I see some cottonwood in here too, so I don't want to give them too much of this. It's okay stuff for a fire pit, but I don't want to give it all of this. So a few more chunks, then we're going to go over to the ash, and we're going to put some ash in. There's a big one. Ooh, here's a piece of ash right there. One more handful. There we go. Okay, now we're going over to the ash. All right, I think I'm just going to close this up and just fill her up. So all this ash here, this stuff is from last fall, and it is definitely dry. I did a moisture test on this stuff probably almost a month ago now, and it was 16-17%. And all the stuff on the top is going to be just fine, but I do want to get down to the bottom, because I know the stuff on the ground is not drying. Because we have clay soil here, and this is on the bottom of a slope this way, water runs this direction. So the stuff down on the bottom here, I'm sure is going to be wet. and not dry. So what I want to do is obviously sell all of it and not have it rot. So this doesn't need to get stacked yet so that I can get it off the ground and get the bottom stuff to dry. If this would have been on pallets, which would be a good idea to put all this on pallets. There are some pallets under here, but it's not the whole thing. Or if this was all gravel that was, you know, 3-4 inches, 5 inches of gravel where it can drain really well, that would be nice, but it is not gravel. And I think that's the key, is to keep it from contact with the ground. Now I know some people that have sandy soil and they don't have a problem at all because it drains so well that it's not an issue. But on the clay soil like we have, it holds moisture so much that it's just not good. I'm going to answer a question that comes up all the time for people that are new to the channel. So if you're new to the channel, this is for you. I end all my videos by saying good night, Irene. It's not good night yet though. I end it that way and people want to know, who is Irene? Why do I do that? First of all, my wife's name is not Irene. It was my grandma's name. And our family, for years, my mom's family, when they would say goodbye, they would always say good night, Irene, when they were saying goodbye. It was kind of just a thing they would say. And I think part of the reason it started is it was the name of a song that Leadbelly did back, I believe, in the late 30s. And it had been redone a lot of times. And the name of the song was like a waltz, and a lot of bands, when they would play at a dance, they would play that song at the end, good night, Irene. And people would dance, and it would be the end of the dance. And I know several people that would sing that song once in a while. My father-in-law was one of them. He would sing once in a while, so I heard him sing it anyway. But mainly because of my grandma. So that's where it comes from. I just started saying it kind of just, I don't know, because my family did. So I said it a few times and it kind of stuck and it became a thing. And that's kind of how I end all my videos, by saying goodnight to my grandma. So good night, Irene, is what I end the videos with. But it's not the end yet. We're still got chucking to do. I got to go deliver this load. Next question that comes up all the time for people that are new to the channel, they want to know how many back windows I have exploded in my years of throwing wood into the truck. 0 is the answer. I have never broke a back window. You probably noticed the way I'm chucking. I'm not throwing it from 1,000 miles away, and I'm not throwing it hard. I just kind of lofted in there underhand for the most part. If you're careful, you should never break a window, which I've never done. And I've been throwing wood into the back of a truck since I was probably about 7, and I'm 60 now, so I got a few years of throwing wood into a truck. And I don't think I've maybe ticked a window once or twice. I've never blown out a window. My brother Ken has never broke a window that I know of. My other brother Eric, throwing wood into a truck, has never broke one. My dad has never broke one. So we've had probably in our lifetime, my dad's and my brothers and me, I don't know, 2-3 dozen trucks between us. We've never broke a window. So just saying, you don't have to break a window. And I'm thinking, for all the money we've saved by not buying a protector rack in the back there, we could probably break a few windows and come out ahead. Still haven't broke one yet though. But so yeah, there you go. Two of the most common questions that come up. And then there's another question that comes up for people that have been watching the channel for a long time. They want to know where Woody and Cookie are. And Woody and Cookie are kind of like the Woodyard mascots. And what they are, if you go back to my old videos, you'll see them. I cut a couple sections off of ends of some big logs, and it was hollow, but it had a kind of a weird shape to it. Well, it ends up, they look just like a face. And I had 2 of them, so I kind of propped them up once in a while just to see if people would notice, and people wanted me to name them, so we named them Woody and Cookie. But the reason they're not out here anymore is they were out here for a couple of years, and they started to get kind of weathered, and one of them fell off the log pile. I really think Cookie pushed Woody off, and what happened is it broke. So, but I have the pieces, and like the $6 million man, we have the technology, we can repair him. So I think what's going to happen is that one of these days in the wintertime, when I've got extra time, I'm going to do some drilling and put some screws in and fix them up and get them back out here. And I might even do some like epoxy on them or something like that to hold them together, and kind of finish them off so that they're not subject to the weather being outside all the time. And we'll start putting them in videos again. It's on my list to do, and I'll get it done one of these days. It's just not happening yet because I've been too busy doing this stuff and trying to get the processor figured out. And I think we're almost there. We're getting real close to a load. What do you think? How's it looking? How many more pieces? Tell me in the comments. How many pieces do I have in the truck? I used to count to see, to know how many I had when I was throwing them in. And it was usually like 300 or something like that. Does that sound right? I don't know. It depends on your size of pieces, I guess. But I did count for a while, and I figured an average. But then sometimes you have wood that's a little bigger, sometimes it's a little smaller, and it's kind of hard to get an accurate amount. So I just always throw more in than I think I need to have in there. Here we go. Get some more little ones here. I think that's looking pretty good. Two more. Here's one. Here's two. Uh-oh. Hit a reject. There we go. Loaded. Now we're going to go deliver. I am back in the wood yard after my delivery, and something happened again that I want to mention to you guys. If you're ever selling wood to customers and you're talking about life and they mention they've got a business, ask them what it is and try to use their business, whatever it is. Now this guy, this is the second time I've mentioned this now. This is my jerky guy. He sells jerky, so every time I go we do a little trade. So I knock some money off and he gives me jerky instead of money, so works pretty good. I've got 3 bags again. Absolutely delicious stuff. Right there's the number if you want to call them. It's T's Bangin' Jerky, and yeah, you can order a whole bunch of it. He's got lots of it. It's real sweet, spicy, hot, excellent jerky, not like anything else I've ever had. Really cool. So if you get a chance to use other people's services or their other business, if you're selling wood to them, do that, because one hand does wash the other. They appreciate it. You'll have better relationships with your customers. You'll have longer term relationships. They will remember you. You do them a good thing, they do you a good thing. That's what you should do. That's all I got for today, folks. Poke the buttons. Tomorrow I'll be back in the wood yard 5:30 a.m. with a new video for you. If you can't wait that long, go to my channel. There's over 800 videos waiting for you. Good night, everybody.